Hello, I'm Jay Rishikesh. So today in this tutorial of Thunkable, we are going to learn about how to create your own translator app in Thunkable. So let's get started. So before we enter the video, let's see the preview of the application now. Hope you watched the preview of our application now. So let's start creating this application now. So before we enter the video, also make you click on the red subscribe button and the bell icon. So let's go to the Thunkable and let's click this create new app button. So let's name our project as Translator app. So let's again keep as Translator app. Then we need to select the category as education. So as this is a translator, right? So then I'm going to select this create button. So it's on the process of creating this application now. So this is our application mobile emulator. So I don't need this one, so I'm going to disable this one. So then we're going to drag and drop one image here, so for displaying the app's logo. So let's drag and drop this logo here. So let's then search for translator icon, translator icon. So here you can get so many of the images. So here I want to select any one icon like that, so that I can select this one, or I can select this one, translator icon. Okay, and I can copy this. So or else I can copy this image link. So let's go to the thunkable and let's paste this image address here. So next what we need to do means let's increase this radius of this image as by 50. Okay, now it's good, right? So then what I'm going to do next means I'll drag and drop one label here after this image one. So it's drag and drop, I think so. So let's drag and drop again it. So I'm going to drag and drop this label here. Okay, so then this label is going to have a text of translator app, like that. And we're going to have this font size as 25 pixels. I'm going to set this space vertical alignment is going to be the space around. So then I'm going to create a new screen here. So this screen is going to be have some one row here, this row. So inside this row we're going to have three labels here. So let's left two buttons and one label. So let's drag and drop one button, so then another one label, so again another one button. So now actually what we're going to do here means this button is going to be select. So then this button is going to be select again. Also first buttons, the background color is going to be nothing, empty, and text color is going to be blue color. So then second select buttons background color is going to be nothing and text color is going to be in the blue color. So then first select buttons, button ID is going to be button first from. So button from is going to be this button ID. So then second select buttons is going to be button -2. So this is this button ID. So then first central labels text is going to be 2. It's text, so we don't need any label ID here. So then I'm going to keep some vertical horizontal arrangement space around for this row 1. So then I'm going to set this height is going to be fit content for this row 1. So then what I'm going to do next means we're going to drag and drop one label here after this row 1. After selecting this, user is going to input their text. So that I can keep here. So then this text height is going to be, let's say that's 100 pixels, let's keep as 500 pixels, or we can keep as 350 pixels, then we can keep as 300 pixels. So now it's perfectly fine, I think so. So this one's hint is going to be your text, your word, or you can keep your word itself, word. And then let's have some three dots after this word. Then after this, we're going to have one button here. After this text input, we're going to have one button. So then this width of this button is going to be 200 pixels. Then this is going to be translate button. So then I will set this so horizontal, so all the things in the top. So then I want to have had one a text input after before this text input one, because for giving some space, also this label's text color is going to be white color. So then I'm going to duplicate this label again, so that label is going to come after this text input. Okay, because of that we got some space between this one, right? Also this one's also the table 4's font size is going to be 35. Okay, so now what I'm going to do next means, so now we're going to have another one screen for displaying the result of the one. So let's drag and drop one. So first of all we need to drag and drop one column here, column. So then I'm going to drag and drop one column. So this column is going to be scrollable. So let's select this. Let's select this scrollable as true. So then what we need to do is let's drag and drop one label here. So this label is going to be have text of result for our reference result. So also this column once height is going to not height, the vertical alignments is going to be all the things is dog. And let's add one label after this label 5, before this label 5. Also that color is going to be in white color. So this one's text font size is going to be 20. So then what we're doing next means, so we're going to have one button for going back. So let's drag and drop outside of this column 1. So let's keep this outside of this column 1. So this button is going to be have a text of back. So then let's say that this width is going to be 200 pixels. Then let's have one label after this button to translate button, sorry, back button. So this label is going to be have a text color of white color. So then that's all for this designing part. So let's start with the another one screen part here. So this screen part, so this is going to be selecting a translation. So still now we done this one, right? So whenever you're clicking the select button from select or to select, so user is going to navigate to this screen. So now we're going to drag and drop one list here. So list viewer, this list viewer is going to have our language list. So we need to add some items in which the app can translate them. So my app can translate English. So let's add this one. So English we are having so my app can translate Tamil, and my app can translate French. So then my app can translate Hindi. So then my app can translate Japanese. So that's all. That's all for my app. So you can add how much other items that you want, in which your app can translate. So my app can translate only these 5 languages. If you want more languages, you can add whatever language you want. So then what we're going to do next week, that's all for this one. If you click this live test by with this label screen 4 means, so in this screen you can see these items, right? English, Tamil, French, Hindi, Japanese. So then we're going to be back to the screen 1. So let's go to the blog spot. But before entering the blog spot, make sure you drag and drop the translator component here. Also, we're going to add another one feature like text to speech. Text to speech. Text to speech. So what this is going to do means automatically it is going to give a result and it's going to speak the result. So now let's go to the blocks part. So whenever your source opens this screen, opens up this screen, automatically it's going to wait for some seconds. So wait for almost 3 seconds. So then you need to navigate you're going to navigate screen to screen 2, which is going to be translating screen. So let's go to this screen 2, and whenever you was clicking the select button, select from button from or button 2. So if your user was clicking the button from, so that time we're going to navigate the screen to screen 4. Okay, so again, if the user was clicking the button 2, then we are going to navigate the screen to screen 4. So we're going to have one variable in the screen 1. So let's back to the screen 1. So let's add one variable like from variable is going to be the now logic. So let's use this procedure as now. Why? Because sometimes it will show error. And two app variable is going to be now again. So let's go to the screen 1 again. So whenever user was opens this screen 2, whenever user was opens the screen 2, that time we are going to check for this one. So if the so let's use this one. If is equal to null, if was is equal to null, which is equal to null means so if the from was is equal to null, so if the from was is equal to null, so then we are going to display as select. So from was is equal to null, that time we are going to display the button from's text is going to be select. So then if the use if let's use if else condition after the before this one. Okay, so if it was like if the app variable 2 was is equal to null means, so then it is going to be this one. So else it was not applicable to these both of things means, so then we are going to set we're going to display it here. So this first one from variable is going to be this one, and two variable is going to be two variable. So button 2, okay, button 2 is going to be two variable. So that's all for this word is plain. So which means from is means from language, and 2 is going to be to language. So then let's have another one variable here in the screen 2 itself. That variable is going to be type, so language type. So type, so let's give us type itself, and we can have this logic as now. So then what I'm going to do next means so whenever you was clicking this button from, so which means from thing, so that time you have to set this app variable on from. This from app variable type is going to be, so this is from, right? So I'm going to have one type text as f means from. So if the user was clicking the button from, that time automatically we are going to navigate the screen to screen 4. Okay, so which means the selecting screen. So again, if the user was clicking the screen 2, so I mean the button 2, that time we're going to set this the app variable type is going to be 2. So then it's going to navigate the screen to screen 4 as usual. So then if the user was clicking this, so let's jump to the screen 4 itself. Why? Because then it will be clear for you. So if the user was clicking any of the list item here, so that time we are going to check for one thing. So if let's use else condition 2. So if was is equal to let's use as this f means from. So if the type was is equal to from, if the type was is equal to from means, so let's have that language in the variable from item in the, so else, so the app variable type is equal to not is equal to f means it's t 2. So 2 language is going to be that one. Okay, this 2 language is going to be this one. So then back to the screen 2. So now what we are going to do next means, so whenever user was clicking this translate button, So then we are going to use one thing. So when I was clicking this translate button, which is its ID is button 1. Yes, it's a first button. When I was clicking this button 1, so we are going to set that translator. Okay, so we are going to set this translator. So from source language, so we are having five languages, I think so. Yeah, let's check again. Back to the screen. 4 and 1 2 3 4. Yes, 5 languages we are having currently now. So back to the screen too. So let's go to the blocks again. So if the user was let's use this one, this if else in the else if condition. So this first one is equal to uh, if the first this from, okay, from was is equal to English. The from is equal to English, that time the translation source is going to be English. Yes. So then if else, if the two was is equal to English, that time we are going to set the target language as English. So let's add another one, another two if else if condition. So what this is going to do means, then after the English we are having the French, right? So French, if the two variable. So also second, in the second else if condition, it's going to be 2s, right? So 2 was is equal to English, that time the target is going to be English. Yes. So then again from variable was is equal to French. From that language was is equal to French, that time source language is going to be French. Okay, let's search for French. Yes, it's here. So else if condition again. So if the two variable was is equal to French, that time the target language is going to be as uh, French here. So target language is going to be French here. So we want to set this target language as French. So after this French, what we are having means we are having the Japanese, right? So let's check that Japanese too. So let's have another one else if condition two times as per for the let's add this one again. Okay, so then let's close this. So now what I want to do next mean, let's duplicate this logic. So then this if the from variable was is equal to Japanese, the spelling is correct. So if from language was is equal to Japanese, that time the source is going to be Japanese. So let's search for Japanese. Yes, it's here. So now if else if condition we're going to use again. So if the target, I mean the two variable was is equal to Japanese, then the target is going to be Japanese. So then the target is going to be Japanese language. Okay. So after this one, what else we are having means, we are having after the Japanese we are having like Tamil. So let's drag and drop two else conditions here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do next means so let's close this one. So let's keep one condition for this Tamil. So from is going to be Tamil. If the from was is equal to Tamil means, that time source language is going to be Tamil. Okay, the source language is going to be Tamil. So let's search for Tamil. Yes, it's here. So else if I mean the next, if the app variable 2 was is equal to Tamil, so then a target language is going to be Tamil. Target language is going to be Tamil. Okay, 2 was is equal to Tamil, then target language is going to be Tamil. So then now we successfully done for one language, two language, one language, two language, three language, and four language. So only one language is remaining, which means that Hindi. So let's allow, this is the last else if condition for this app. So which means that let's drag and drop for else if condition here, and for from, and again another one else if condition for target. So let's go up and close this one. Let's skip this settings. So then now what I'm going to do is now duplicate this first one, okay, from. So if the from app variable from was is equal to Hindi, so it was is equal to Hindi. So then we are going to use the source language as Hindi. From was is equal to Hindi, so here source language is going to be Hindi. So then if the do language was is equal to Hindi, so let's duplicate this one. If the do language variable do was is equal to Hindi, so then our target language is going to be Hindi. So let's search for Hindi as it's here. So that's all for this application. So then not for application, this for checking this one. So then we're going to, after setting this target and source and target, so then we are going to translate it, right? So we are going to translate it. So once you successfully set it up, so we are going to translate it. So the word is going to be this text input. Okay, so this text inputs once text is going to be this translation, and we are going to result we are going. So then what we're going to do next means we're going to speak the result. So first of all, we are going to store that, we're going to translate it, we are going to store that result in one variable, which is going with the help of one variable named result. So as a procedure, we're going to drag and drop one logic, go to logic and drag and drop them now here. So then so in the app variable result, we are going to set this result. In the app variable result, we are going to set this result. So then we are going to navigate the screen to, so then we are going to navigate the screen to screen 3, okay, for displaying that. So then after navigating to the screen 3, so whenever user was opens this screen 3 automatically, so we're going to display the result in this result label. It means label 5. So let's set this text is going to be this app variable result. Also we're going to speak the result. So when means we're going to drag and drop, I'm going to duplicate this back button. So let's duplicate this one. So let's this back button is going to be speak. Then this one is going to be a background color nothing, background color as nothing, and text color as green. Okay, so then or else we can set as blue color. So then what I want to do next means, so if the user was clicking the speak button, automatically we are going to speak, I mean the text to speech component is going to work. So how means, let's use this one. Text to speech. So we are going to whenever user was clicking this button 3, which means speak button, that time we are going to speak that one. Okay, speak that result. So whenever user was opening the screen 3, automatically we are going to display it. Whenever user was clicking this button 3, automatically we are going to speak it. So button 3, this one. So whenever user was clicking this button 2, back button, automatically we are going to navigate the screen to screen 2. Okay, button 2, back button, screen 2. Okay, screen 2. We don't need this text to speech component.
So guys, one correction I want to show to you is that, so in the button 1 we used if else if conditions, right, for each checking. So instead of using a else if condition, you can use if condition itself, because it will be easy to use. So also another one thing that we need to do is, let's go to this screen. So whenever you was clicking this list of your item, automatically we are going to navigate the screen to screen 2. So let's go to duplicate this and keep it here. So that's all for this application now. So let's test our app now. So this is the app that we created today. So let's click this live test button and let's test our app today. So translator app. Then you can select to select. So select from is going to be English to I'm going to select as Tamil. So if I type as hello, like that means let's click this translate button. It's translating to the Tamil, right? You will click the speak button, then it will speak to you. But now you can't able to hear that as per this is we are going to use as a web app, right? So if you download as a mobile app, then surely you can hear the voice. So if I translate Tamil to Japanese something, so let's translate it. Again, we can get here. We can use some paragraph so that I can copy this paragraph. So let's copy this one back to our application. So let's back to the screen. So I'm going to save keep this one. So then I'm going to two is going to be Tamil. So I'm going to translate it. So the whole paragraph has been translated. So this is our app is going to work. If you like the video, make sure you click on the red subscribe button and the bell icon. So let's meet on the next video.